Wrestling is fake.
But jumping from like
that shit really hurt though.
How far
be hurting
the ladders and shit to the kids?
I like Chris Benoit. Didn't he kill himself and kill his? No, he didn't die. He did die, but
he died from the top rope.
Stupid.
No, that nigga wild.
They probably be messed up. Who knows?
CTE is real. Niggas will get it probably quicker than football players, cause they're fucking wrestling, jumping from what do you like every day. Like they have to get slammed every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's part of the show. Like you can't say, "Oh, I don't want to get slammed today."
On the move like I need a new hobby. Fucking 9 to 5.
Hell yeah, my pops. We went to the one in New Haven when it was
the Coliseum. Yeah, I've been there one time.
Aww.
That shit
How
was
old
fire. Oh man, this is SmackDown, so I don't even know how old I was. This had to be in 2000, and it was probably right before. It was right before.
It was SmackDown, but you weren't that. You were like in high school.
Yeah, I was around there. Probably like sophomore, junior year. That shit was lit.
I like SmackDown.
That shit was lit.
Well,
the Rock just came back.
I didn't like watching wrestling. I like to play the game. Dwayne used to make me watch it. I hated that. Well, that's the only reason why I know. Well, I guess I know from playing the game because we had video games.
You had which one do you have?
But we
got Raw.
We got all the games after. Nobody's or if I played it when it came out, I was like at somebody else's house or the Y or something.
Yeah, I had that shit when it first came out. My parents was like,
but we did, and we had a PlayStation. Like our grandma, I think grandma. I know it was in her house, but she got that.
Grandma?
Yeah, the PlayStation, and yeah, so we had the PlayStation.
Well, she got it, but I mean, she paid for it, but I went with her to get it. We got it from what was it? Funko Land. Yo, I just told my age without telling my age. Right? Funko Land. That's old school, cuz.
We had
oldest gay brick and mortar company in the week.
KB Toy Store.
KB's. One of my boys worked at KB's when we was in high school.
I remember KB's.
Toys R Us.
Yeah. I used to work at
Toys R Us. Toys R Us was the first though.
Yeah, it was.
And then Child's World actually Child's World was before.
I never heard.
See? Now I really told y'all niggas my age.
Yeah,
Child's World was before Toys R Us, and Child's World was like kind of like, remember Child's Play with the big good guy doll? Think of that, and that's Child's World. That's
what I thought of.
Child's World. The writing was like that font. So it's like that was kind of creepy.
Was it based off of that?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Where they got, or is that where Chucky got like that? Like how they?
There was a doll. There was a real doll that was like.
I'm talking about the artwork. Is that how they?
That doll, the way that doll was designed, there was a doll similar to that. I don't know if it was called Good Guy, but it was something like
Buddy. There was a doll.
Like Buddy doll, Buddy doll, or some shit like that.
Oh, before Chucky came out.
Buddy doll was the. They had a controversy about, I know about horror, but there was like a controversy about that because that was originally made, and they had a little controversy because they were using the Buddy dolls to do this movie, and then they animatronicked it. And another good little known fact is that they were the first. The contract for that type of animatronics was only exclusive for Universal Studios. So nobody could recreate. So they couldn't recreate the movie.
Other doll movies, but it wasn't like
right. Because remember they had dolls and demonic toys and Puppet Master. Shit was cheesy as shit. They could never figure it out because all of those was CGI. But this was the first animatronic, and they figured out, it was like, fuck it, we'll let other people get into it. The closest was Dolly Dearest. and it was supposed to be like a clash between Dolly Dearest and
Mhm.
Chucky, but it never happened. I wish that would have happened. That would have been fucking dope.
Is Chucky coming back, the series? Or is it?
I don't know. That shit was good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was
But then I
fucking
feel
good,
like
bro.
they started doing too
Bro.
much. Like I said about other
Let me
shows,
see.
like they keep. I mean, it wasn't even on for that long, but I feel like they
milk
run
it.
out of content,
They milk
and then
it.
they should start.
But
doing
nah,
anything.
but with see the thing about so
I watched.
I mean you
it,
see
I
this
like
tattoo
it.
on my
I love
arm, like I
Ford.
mean
That's my
I'm a
favorite
Chucky.
genre.
I'm a Chucky.
A Chucky, did you see?
That's Chucky. Yeah, this is something
You got it
I
on his
designed.
back too, coming through.
It's the whole face
Oh, shit.
and then a little Chucky.
I
But the
did see
tattoo
it.
art is fucked up because they use white. They're not supposed to use white.
Damn.
And on his back, he got like Chucky coming through his skin. It's like a zip.
What the fuck?
Like,
That shit hurts, Bobby. I know that shit hurt.
I mean tattoos like like for
Which tattoo
like,
hurt the worst?
what he said?
Which tattoo hurt?
No,
the
what
tattoo hurt the
he
worst.
was about to say before you said.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was about to say something about tattoos, but I guess the tattoo here kind of hurt.
On your shoulder?
Yeah, on my shoulder kind of hurt, and
Closer to your neck or
And
closer
this.
to your arm?
If it's on your
And this
bone,
hurt.
Oh, that's why it looked like that's right.
And
the
the more
little
detail.
this particular thing, the dog tag,
Mm.
Because
that
you gotta keep
kind
going
of hurt
over
because
the
those
same
little
spot.
circles.
Mm.
I've never got this touched up either.
I feel you.
So,
Fuck
oh,
that shit.
no, but like that. I
Details.
only said that because look how dark it is.
Yeah.
I
Oh, it wasn't
never-
that dark when you first got it.
No, that's
It's
how it was.
last-
It
because
lasted.
usually it rubs
It lasts
every
forever
time
like
you
that. Like the
wash
way
it.
they did it, but they went over them circles, my nigga, like
Sheesh.
fucking a million fucking
that's what
times, bro.
hurts
And look
when
how
they
many
go over
circles
the
they are.
same
They go
spot.
all the way up. Each
'Cause I
individual
like
circle
that.
was one circle.
I want some more tattoos, but I
How
only
many
got.
tattoos you got?
I just have two.
Wow.
I have the music
I got
notes
about
and stars
9.
behind my ear, and I got.
I want to get one on my
Libra
back, but
tattoo
I
on
just
my
like
back, like a scale with an angel in it, and then a Libra symbol underneath it. But I want to do something else. I remember when I got that, the wave came when I got it, and the guy was doing it, he's like, does it hurt? And I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you think? I mean, I said yeah, but I'm like, I'm just laying there, like I knew it was gonna hurt, like it didn't feel good, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't
yo,
unbearable.
if y'all watching
Yeah.
this, give the fans what the fuck they want, and let's see Chucky versus Dolly Dearest.
Mhm.
I don't want to see that.
That'll be there.
That'll be dope, man.
Chucky versus Annabelle.
Annabelle don't move, nigga. Yo, Annabelle be like at somewhere. You never see her walk nowhere. She's
It's no comparison.
It's just like I don't want. Nah, man. Dolly Dearest, because you never seen Dolly
I
Dearest.
did.
Megan.
That
Dolly
old
Dearest,
ass movie.
Megan is more. Yeah, Megan is more like the new version of like Dolly Dearest, because Dolly Dearest like she talked to the girl, but the mother never knew that she was talking. In that one, this was like one of the creepiest doll movies that I've ever seen. Like I think this is what I had a nightmare about. Was Dolly Dearest.
They need to do a remake.
Dolly Dearest.
That junk came
Dolly
out, like,
Dearest fucking
when?
woke up, and it was like in like Mexico or some shit.
They're making it hit 3, huh?
How you gonna do that?
I don't know.
I don't
That's what I heard.
all right.
It's probably gonna be like a prequel or something.
Because they didn't do this in the original Stephen King. You know, the original
Right.
Stephen King.
I had
Yeah,
I read
so
the
it
book.
gotta be like-
I read the book and I watched the shit on ABC.
The
when
book
it
was
came
better,
out.
wasn't
The
it?
book was like fucking
Yeah, I didn't read
like
the
as thick
book.
as this fucking
All of his
T-Mobile
books
box.
be big like that.
Yeah.
And they always be like
Well,
two
his
part
shit was-
like rose
But
brand.
because his
I
shit
like-
had like 2 stories and shit inside the story and shit, like,
Yeah.
but it was so dope. Like,
Cause it was like when they young and then they grow up.
right. And it took a while to get to that part of the story because each character had their
Their own
own
storyline.
had their own little storyline.
That's fire.
So when it was on
Stephen
ABC,
King is a big yo.
That shit was
Shout out
fire.
to R.L. Stein. He is. They about to make Goosebumps coming out. They about to do a Goosebumps series over on Hulu and Disney.
and
Plus,
Justin Long,
October 13th.
Justin Long is
It's like
starring
some
in it.
kitty shit or some like.
I feel like it's more. It's
They said
Because they made the kitty one with
they
Jack
argued
Black.
Yeah,
they
it's-
argued
it's-
scariest Goosebumps ever.
For real?
They argued that.
Okay. So
yeah.
it's gonna be.
That's
it's
what I'm
gotta
about to
be.
You know
say.
they
It's
do-
more advanced
Do after
than
do Are You Afraid of the Dark over too? Why
Yeah.
not?
they did.
Make
do
it
a
adult-
reboot.
they should-
Make an
Actually,
adult version.
they
Make
did
an adult
do a
version.
reboot of that, but it was on
but
the
make
same
an adult
level.
version.
Oh.
Make an adult version. Make
Yeah.
a rated R. Are You Afraid of
The
the
Midnight
Dark?
Society
and a
gonna
rated
grow
R.
up. That'd be hard.
Goosebumps.
Yeah, because I watched the other
that'd be
one and it
fire.
was corny.
Cause we remember the book club in school.
Mm-hmm.
I got goosebumps. I had to, cause you know
I
the
had
teacher,
all-
the
and
teacher
I
make you
love
write a
it.
book
Let's take the
report.
library. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
ain't want to read no books. I ain't want to read no books. So I'm like, yo, like I want to write a book
The
report
one
of a
where you
scary
could pick,
book.
where you could pick the ending.
What? I ain't get that.
Oh yeah, those
It's
dope.
like
Those
it'll
dope.
be
Yeah.
like go to page 52. It's like it will give you two choices sometimes. Like you read it like they're in an amusement park. If you want to go down this, if you want to get on this ride, then go to page 52. If you want to get on this page, and then or to see what happened to Susan, go to page 49. To stay where you or go find Susan, go to page 49. To stay where you are, go to page 52. And then you might die on page 49 or you know it's different
And then you go,
different.
oh, let me read
And then
the
you gotta
other
go
one.
back
Yeah.
to the last page and pick a different option or start back. Yeah.
Well, yo, oh
Those
yeah,
was
yo,
real.
I'm sorry, y'all.
They
Yo,
should
we
make
just
movies
got
about
deep.
those ones.
Why
But
you
they didn't
apologize,
Yo,
nigga?
cuz I ain't never-
Goosebumps is the shit.
But I ain't
That's
never,
a
I ain't
topic.
never introduced everybody and say that we here.
yeah,
Like, no, we all
yeah.
rude.
You don't
Like,
have to. You could do it later on. That's what a lot of podcasts
I
be
mean,
doing. They
well,
start
yeah,
talking
but-
first, and then they be like,
when they
okay.
edit, but we going live. Like, you know, how y'all doing?
Wow,
Whoever, if anybody pop up, and people don't be popping up like that yet. But look,
They be watching on the sneak.
they do. But yo, welcome to 30 is a new 20. It's your boy, Smiley Jizzle, and my man's,
Chris O.D.
and my sister.
Erica. And
Yeah,
Kay
her.
La Hefa.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna leave all our information in the you know description and all that. But yo, let's just get to it.
Oh, I have a topic too.
Let's get it.
Sure. But yo, well, hold on. Let me say this. So we do got a few things that we want to talk about. So one, I had a little adventure yesterday. So y'all tell me if I'm crazy or if I'm not for just
I know
for
you
just
didn't
doing
even
it
finish.
or whatever. That's why I wanted to save it. But yeah, I went on a little adventure yesterday. But then we got a comparison between music, and we want to kind of talk about verses a little bit, and then we got some other shit, yo. So we around. But what you wanted to talk about? What was your topic?
I seen this clip Anton reacted to it, but he didn't watch the whole thing because
Who's Anton?
he's a YouTube, he's a content creator. I think that's what
He
says.
used
I
to
don't
be
know.
on
Lapeef.
Lapeef Network.
I think he's still a part
Anton,
of it.
if
He
y'all
just
know
no
who Anton,
longer,
so y'all know what she talking about.
he's just no longer on the podcast anymore. But I think he's still like a part of.
That's content.
Yeah, like,
Got you.
but they couldn't.
But what happened with him?
Well, it's not him.
Speak
He was
louder,
doing
too.
a reaction to this guy. He said that he's been. Well, I guess if this clip went viral of this guy, he's HIV positive, and he knows that he's HIV positive, and I believe he's gay, and he said he was saying that he went to the doctor. He went to the VA to like. Because he has to go to the doctor because he knows he's positive. I guess he's been for a while. But then the doctor asked you, they always ask you that, like, have you, are you using protection or whatever? They ask everybody that or whatever. But, and that's what he said.
Jail.
No, he's not. But he also, and he was like outraged, like it was a crazy question. And it's like,
that's his pride.
but this was before, I don't even think she knew. Because he's been going for a while. The doctors are young and the nurses are old. So the person didn't know his diagnosis yet. They were just asking him the normal question that they ask everyone. But he was like, no, he don't. Or whatever. And he was like, but he said he claims that every guy that he deals with knows his diagnosis. He doesn't hide. But I do also know, like I've read
so
something
just like fuck it.
but no, that's what I'm saying. Even there's the end part. So they say that that if you take your antiviral meds, that's like the medication for And I don't know if his partners are doing that. But there's medication that you can take because he said he's undetectable, meaning that his levels are low. He can't pass them on. He's taking his meds, and your partner is supposed to take them too, I believe. And then that's why I said it don't make sense, because if you're able to stop people from transferring it to others by giving them medication, and why can't you cure it? That just sounds like a money grab. Like you're just, because if you cure it, then they're not gonna need the treatment anymore, and it's gonna be done with.
Yo, trust your judgment.
But that is
trust your judgment, because that's exactly what the fuck is going on.
But that is crazy. I don't care. Okay, he's gay anyway, so I don't have to worry about that. But
oh no,
I'm not saying that it's not something that I have to worry. I'm saying if somebody tells me, no,
niggas
you're not
be lying, like,
yeah, no, I know that you should
so
protect yourself. I'm not saying because I'm straight I don't have to worry about that. I'm saying if somebody tell me whatever, if somebody tell me that they have HIV because he claims they know his diagnosis, I don't care if I could take something to stop me from catching it or not. What in the world?
I mean, some people
with a condom or not.
Some people is
even an NBA YoungBoy, they say and I don't know if this is true or not, but they've been saying that he has herpes, and he's still and someone did an interview or something. They were like, he brings these women to his room and like regularly on a regular basis when he on the road and stuff like that, and he fucks with a bunch of women and then buy a Plan B the next day. So that means you can't protect yourself against herpes anyway. Even if you wear a condom, you can still, because I believe you can't even protect yourself against herpes. But I think they can only pass it on when you can see it, when they're having an outbreak. But it could be inside. It could be, people don't be looking. People is nasty. Like the stuff that guys say to me that you don't know what I'm doing. So I know dudes is nasty, females is nasty. Like I could have something and you're just like, oh, people need to be more, because especially if you don't know, if I don't talk to you every day, I don't even fuck with you at all, period, and you're just like, oh, let me do, like, why? That's just disgusting to me. So that means that you just be out here doing that. You're probably gonna.
To me, to be honest with you, everything that you're saying derived from people seeing the artist do it, and that's why it's so detrimental to be careful about who you listen to and what they're putting out. Like, even as like a message in how they live, not even the music. That's just how he lived. Like, if he has it, allegedly, right? He's still having sex and he's still putting his baby's mother at jeopardy, and it's okay. You think these kids not gonna see that and be like, well, fuck it?
NBA YoungBoy.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think these kids gonna see? Everybody that looks up to him, there's a lot of kids, because he's number one a lot. So you don't think they're gonna see that and be like, shit, I'm gonna be just like that?
And this is why, because we don't have control over the content that comes out, and this is why you have and you can't be with your kids 24/7, so you have to instill values and morals in them. So if they do see this thing or see people that act this way, to know that that's unacceptable for you to behave that way. Like, because this is the thing, the TV and this music and everything, these cartoons are raising the kids, because parents giving their kids tablets and smartphones and stuff just to shut them up and get them out of their hair. They don't even want to parent anymore and actually spend time with your kids, take them to the park, run around with them a little bit or whatever. That's okay sometimes. You don't have to do it every day. But
tired from working an 8 hours shift.
Yeah, because a lot of people weren't prepared for it. Because one thing something gotta suffer. Either you're working so much you don't really get to spend that much time. You still get some, but you might miss some things because you gotta pay the bills. And on the other hand, you have to go to work because bills gotta get paid. I gotta keep a roof over your head, lights on, food in your stomach. But that's why personally, I think, and people probably don't. That's another thing. People are not even trying to it's one thing if you deal with someone and you did try and it didn't work out and that wasn't your person or whatever, but people are not even trying to have children by someone that they want to be. They just want to have a kid. And then it's like,
I don't even think people trying to have kids anymore. Yeah, I think it's as bad as people are scared to be in relationships no more. People are scared to like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, let me fully trust this person into.
Like, there are people saying like, oh, I just want to have, or like women are going to the sperm bank instead of actually having an actual experience with a man and building a connection and having a child from that.
Anything unnatural
crazy to me.
is natural in this society. Anything unnatural.
And they got a new shout out to American Horror Story, because they
be doing too much, yo. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't even watching.
I ain't gonna hold. They be doing too much, yo.
Yeah, because
like I fuck with. I watched the first couple seasons. I was like, okay, this shit is. And then it started getting weird. Yeah. Then the slavery shit, and I was like, come on, this is the whole season. This is wild.
Yeah, because there's a theme for each.
Like I like the creativity of.
They got Kim
of
up there.
the,
She's
of the
actually
producer.
surprised me from
Because
the movie that I seen her.
When I seen the first one,
she did a little better.
When I seen the first one, the first American Horror Story, like going back all the way back.
So you just teach her acting skills to the city girl, Carisha.
Yeah, but I feel like it's more so because she's like playing herself, so it's kind of easy.
But listen, when I think about, because you brought up American Horror Story, I wasn't even thinking about this, but just saying that when I think about American Horror Story, I think about the beginning of American Horror Story, right? When American Horror Story first started, you didn't know what was going on. Like, I didn't know if I was going to watch it. I didn't know if I was going to like it or whatever. I gave it a chance and I got hooked to it. But that was the beginning of something that was going to be different. I thought it was going to be the same, just like that. But hold on. I thought it was going to be just like that every season.
Yeah, you didn't know it's an anthology.
Right. He did. The first one wasn't really an anthology, though. The first one was just about the people that lived into that haunted house. That was the story for the first American Horror Story. It was just the house.
Yeah, they probably did the pilot because that's how they usually do it.
Because each one was different,
and then they wait and see if a network picks it
up. But they have like
probably didn't know what they were gonna do until after the first episode got picked up, and then they,
I think the creator of American Horror Story is extremely creative because, like I said, you don't think that you think it's gonna be just like this, and it's not. The next shit was about like aliens or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it was like some completely different shit than what was going on, and then they circle back and they tied into the house has this and this and this, and there's all these different stories that's tied to this house. But then they use the same character, so I think it's like the same thing. It's completely different. So American Horror Story is basically just that. It's an American Horror Story. And I think like a lot of people, when we get caught up in like, this season was trash, or this was like, it's very hard for people that's creating something to come up with all those popping ideas, but people love it, so they want to keep doing it. We lose interest in these shows because the creators run out of ideas. And it's like, you watch so many shows like Breaking Bad and all these other, all these shows that you thought was like awesome. And then they just come up with something else that just like throws it off whack. Or in the middle of the season, it just becomes something crazy. But stuff that never got old was like series that was always different every episode, like Twilight Zone, like Outer Limits, like the X-Files. Even though it was with those two characters, it was always different. Every episode they had a different adventure. So it always made you think like, oh, I can't wait for the next episode. It's gonna be crazy. So like I like American Horror. I've grown. It's grown on me. I've grown to love it. Just like some other shows that I like. Oh, also shout out to the director because he also made the Dahmer thing. So this dude is a beast. Like you gotta give him his credit. I mean, he gotta have some shitty ones.
Yeah, because the guy
from American he brought Macaulay Culkin back on the scene. Shout out to Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, bro. Like they brought him back. You know what I mean? I mean his character, in that last little, what was it, vampires or whatever they were, that was like, interesting story.
What do you think the best one was?
That's subjective. For me, I like the first one was crazy because when you find out about Nate, that he shot up his school. Like that was crazy. And those are the girls that's haunting this girl. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm like, what the heck is this? But the first one's definitely dope. I don't know, cause I don't
There's
really
12.
I don't really keep up with American Horror Story like I keep up with my other series. But like it's like a, cause I know like
So
it
you
always
didn't
changes.
watch it all? It's 12 seasons.
I know I stopped.
Like it's for me. It's not really like I love as much as I love horror. It's not really something I would binge because I have to be interested in everything because everything is gonna continuously change. It's not but I don't. It's other things that spark my interest before that. So it'd be like my last thing. Like I started watching the new Walking Dead series because I started watching The Walking Dead. Now, like I said, I'm a horror person, so like. Zombie is like
It's a bunch of different shows.
Zombie is trash, but it's like it's on the top of my list because of the history of it. Like George Romero was a genius for that idea, for reanimation idea.
I like
28 Days Later. Most people love that one. You know what I mean? Running zombies. But the storyline is really what's crazy. The motherfucker woke up and it was an apocalyptic situation. Now you wake up in a hospital and there's nobody alive, bro. Like, that's crazy. You wake up in the hospital and then there's nobody there.
That's crazy.
But that's Walking Dead.
I watched that when the pandemic jumped off.
What was the
Because I thought it was going to be a zombie apocalypse. And I was like, let me watch this shit. So
we might have an alien invasion before we have a zombie apocalypse.
Was that the one with Mekhi Phifer and Ving Rhames?
No, that was
it's a whole bunch of them.
Dawn of the Dead.
That's Dawn of the Dead, right?
Yeah.
That's when the girl woke up out the bed. And those was running zombies too. Those was running zombies too.
Murking, goddammit.
People love running
zombies. But it ain't even that. It's the storyline too.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's interesting. Other zombie movies that I watched were corny. Like the storyline was corny. Like it was just.
He was the asshole.
It wasn't no point.
And
like
was he in that? No, he wasn't in that.
How it even like I don't know.
This must have been somebody.
And like Resident Evil, like I like that. Like I don't know. Like, but every other zombie movie I watch them, but I don't be liking it. It be corny. It's just not the zombie itself, just the movie be corny.
Yeah, but this like the thing about Walking Dead that zombie fans love so much about it is how realistic it is, and it's on regular TV. But they tell you when they making this shit, it's like this is gel and this is some type of meat or something like that. This is not a real human body, but they make it look so real and so nasty. So like when you see it, it'd be like, yo, how are they getting away with this on national television, yo? But it'd be crazy. Sometimes they blur it out though.
I like Legion, but that's not
Legion is demons versus But I mean any apocalyptic movie, it has its overtone because you as a human being, you're thinking about it like, when is this day gonna come? Like, do this, then you got this other dude, political dude, leaking out some alien interrogation that they had in 1991. It's like,
but but it's like you couldn't verify. But like them stories that I watch on YouTube, like people supposedly like someone wrote it on Reddit or something, and they make YouTube videos like reading those stories from like real life accounts of different stuff. There was one where it was like they were saying like the case file. They were like this, and they would say the case file like Jeezy 000 whatever. I don't know. I'm just making up a number, and then they would tell like this is something that happened, like some alien shit. There was one YouTube thing that I watched, and like with that, but it's like you don't know. And then other people were saying stuff like that. They said they lied about other stuff or whatever, and people, but it's like you didn't know if it was true or not.
Well, let me interject real quick. That clip that we watched, the clip that you and I watched, that was recent and that was valid. The guy's name that he was naming it out. Hold on.
I know. I said this was before that. I'm saying now.
No, but recent.
You didn't let me finish. I said now we watched it. We seen the meeting with the people in Congress or whatever.
Now they're finally saying something about it. But
that's what I'm saying. People been saying this before, but it's like we didn't know, and now we have.
But then here's the thing, right? They're doing something like this. What's the point?
But they can also. Here's the thing. You're not open to the possibility that yeah, these people are real people in Congress, but they can go and make videos and tell us whatever they want. We have no idea if this is really going on or not.
That's why I said, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying.
That's why I said, what's the point?
To throw a frenzy to gain control, they could be making the
go.
whole thing up
There you go.
still.
Angle.
Not saying that
So
they
now
are,
you have,
but it's
okay,
possible
so here we go.
Still don't know.
So stay there. So stay there. Stay there.
Even the news,
hold on,
say they be.
Hold on, stay there. Stay there.
It's on TV.
So where we at right now? They could be doing that, and remember, I asked the question.
All the technology and stuff.
I asked the question specifically because I wanted to know an angle, a mens rea, as they would say in court, right? I got that from your show, How to Get Away with Murder. Like what they're doing could be a smokescreen for something else, to try to establish control, to get you to believe what you want to believe or not believe, or be in fear or whatever, and people start looting and doing all this, and now martial law. Now you got to be in the house by 7 o'clock to avoid an alien attack or some shit like that.
Because I've also heard about that. They did the whole COVID-19 and how they said they ran out of tissue, or they said that was a lie. Like they took stuff out of the stories and made it seem like, just to see how we would react when stuff is low and how people getting in a fight.
Social experiment.
That's what the rumor is about that. And that was a test to see how
you remember the movie. You remember the movie The Crazies?
Yeah,
remember that movie?
That was straight too.
That's like exactly what we're talking about right now. You remember the very end of the movie when the government said, okay, that part of the state has been neutralized or whatever, and the test has been whatever.
Like
they were running
cabin in the woods.
They were like cabin in the woods. Social experiment. Social experiment.
Like,
that's fucking.
But
that also says that the government
be doing shit like that.
Would have these powers. Would have these aliens. And yet you fly in the sky so motherfuckers could be going sick. And then now you got a reason to do shit. But since we on this topic, I don't want to leave it. I want to say one thing.
Since the 70s, cuz
I watched this movie. The other day. It just came out. It's called No One Will Save Us. I leave it. No One Will Save You. I made it.
Oh, that's the UFO movie.
Yeah, yo, dude. I'm
gonna watch it tonight.
It is the craziest. And Fox did it, by the way. Shout out to Fox. They do make pretty good movies. I ain't gonna hold it.
It was rated R?
I don't even know. It was like kind of like a silent. So to set the expectation for people. Hold on. Let me tell you. So to set the expectation for people that might not like silent film.
I don't like silent film.
You're still gonna like it, but it's not like silent film where it's like muted. There's no nothing. She's just like. I guess she's like a loss for words, like the whole fucking movie or some shit. I thought she was deaf or some shit. Like I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't like that. What was that movie where the girl was blind? Hold
on. Let me finish because you're gonna change it. Just let me finish. Just hold that thought because you kind of like gonna make me change it. I'm gonna forget. But anyway with this since we talking about aliens and shit, this particular movie when they do the fucking the shit, the invasion and everything like that, like think Independence Day, which also I think was from Fox, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they do that shit and you actually see the alien, they took this shit a whole step further, bro. Like the whole fucking town. I'm not gonna spoil it. Watch it. The movie is fucking dope. And
nobody speaks in that shit.
Just watch it, bro. Cause y'all be skeptical about shit just because like I say shit, but I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to tell you the movie. I want you to just watch it and find out for yourself. Take my word for it. I know what's good and know what's not good. Trust the movie. It's a good movie, bro. But yeah, it's wicked about the whole alien shit. Cause the way that the visual, how you see the gray and all, like yo, it's fucking wild. Like it's wild. And it gives you an idea of crop circles. Like when you think about crop circles, you be thinking like how did they land and shit like that. That's how they make these weird shit, and they're leaving these shits in like Wyoming and Indiana and all, cornfields and shit. But what they're saying is not that it's not from them landing or them just doing that. This is from the fucking abduction part. That shit has got such a massive, strong suction. No, it's just the suction. It's so strong when it's levitating you or whatever it's doing that it whatever around it gets sucked up in the shit too. So like if part of your body is not in the portal, but part of your body is in the portal, that part will get broken in half or some shit. Like, yo, this movie is sick, bro.
Did you watch?
What's it called again?
What was that
No One Will Save You.
No One Will Save You.
What was that show? There was this show, and then they switched it to Netflix.
I don't even think it's
over
in
now.
movies yet.
And it was like people got abducted, and then they came back.
Wait, say it again.
They had, I forgot what it's called. It's on Netflix now, but it was on regular TV before. But it's over. They ended it, but everybody was like upset. They wanted it to continue. It was like they left. They were gone for like 10 years or a certain amount of time. Maybe not 10. I don't remember this, but it was years.
Oh,
and then they come back, and everybody else moved forward.
Returned or something like that.
I don't know.
Cause I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot the name of it. I'll find out the name.
And everybody else had like, the years had went by. But they come back and they the same age that they was when they left.
That's like,
and then they were all.
There's so many movies like that.
Changeling,
fucking
or something.
Body Snatchers. Body Snatchers is a classic horror too, by the way.
Is it called 1800?
Oh, I think it is that. I think it is 1800.
No, that's one. But I'm saying.
Or 400 or something like that.
Yeah, but that's one. And then the other movie that I just talked about, that's
Return.
different.
Yeah, Return. I think it's Return or something like that.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, because nobody knew where these people was, and then they came back. They returned.
They just disappeared.
This like I just want to tie this topic in a bow with this alien shit is getting crazy, bro. I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I don't know what, because all through life you see all of these different things, and then it just makes you think like, is this really something that exists, or are we just like, just watching this crazy random shit? You know what I mean? Like, but I think it's truth to all of this shit. Like there is a little sliver of truth with all of this shit. Just like I think it's a sliver of truth with the shit that's going on with Remy and Pap. That's the next shit I want to
sliver, nigga.
Yeah, that so that situation it got me thinking about like relationships with people. Like you being in a relationship with somebody and you do, some people say that he cheated on her when she was in jail, and I've seen because it's been going on for a week since they've heard that Remy and Pap have separated. So since that information went out, they're saying that she's spending time with him, but she's saying that's not true or whatever. So I don't know.
Wait, okay, so I looked it up. The Return is one, but the one I was talking about is Manifest. I've never seen The Return. So these are three different ones: 4400, Manifest, and The Return.
Okay. So yeah, that's what it was.
Abduction, and then they come back and they're like the same.
The government's crazy, man. I'm telling you, they got shit going on.
They probably didn't even get abducted. The government abducted people and doing tests and trying to transmutate and do
That's what I'm saying. It might be some shit like that.
Even though he wasn't.
But I don't care.
I don't know the guy's name that was the main character.
But Remy and Pap though, that like what do we think about? Do you think that? Well,
we
one.
Don't even know if it really.
Do you think that it happened, or do you think it's just a rumor? People blowing it up, they don't know nothing.
I think it happened.
What do you think? You think it happened? What do you think? No.
I don't know. I hate talking about topics where we didn't actually hear the people speak on it themselves.
Right. Why didn't she? As a woman, would you? As a woman,
you don't have to give a response to everything that people say about you when you're an entertainer. I don't think a lot of times when people come and clear the air, I don't think you owe. We don't even know you. You don't owe us no explanation. I wouldn't tell whether I did it or not. I don't owe you no explanation. I don't have to clear the air and tell you. And when people do that, it's weird to me. Like, why? Like, I get it. They care. They want to,
They're public figures.
Yeah, but
Because
some people don't say anything. There are other people haven't said anything about rumors and stuff too, and we just assume that it's real. And then it's like they could, just like we said about the news and the things that go on in the world and stuff. They say, how do we know what's real and what's not if we were not present?
The answer is
see
why.
it with our own eyes.
The answer is
It's
another
never
question.
come from the person. It's always
Why?
a secret source
If
close to the
this person,
family.
if
This
these
is always
public
what it
figures,
say.
well, when we
Like-
talk about public figures, that's different because public figures they're just people, right? But when we talk about the government, that affects
But we
us.
already said
I
that.
don't.
So
I don't
like,
think
and so my answer to
kept
them
it
will
all the way
always
about
be
sleeping
why.
with Pop. You're.
We already said
I don't
that.
think. I don't think Faith Evans kept it all the way real about sleeping with Pop. I mean, we know what
You
went
think
down
you
because
think
of
that
what
happened?
Pop says and people that's close to Pop.
He took
You see what I'm
it
saying?
to the grave. Well,
I
he took it to
think
the grave.
that
I don't think Pop allowed
because
him
of
to
how
do it.
open she was about all the other stuff she said, like I don't
That's
think she
different.
would have a
That
problem.
has to
with
do
it.
with your marriage now.
Not even
And-
just
and if
that.
you're trying to
She's
get
a
married-
bird. She didn't just talk about him. She talked about her whole life experience and other stuff too. Like she's a bird. She ratchet.
But
She's
married.
open about. Okay, but
So-
she's open
So
about
she's
how
married,
she is. So
and
she
if
don't.
she,
So I don't think. Why would you say other
I'm
stuff?
gonna explain.
and
I'm
not
gonna explain.
say that.
You could say other stuff because that's your character, right? But if your character is a cheater in marriage, and you're married, and your husband is watching
I
this
don't mean
shit,
that's your character. Just
listen,
because you
yes
cheat
it
on
do,
him,
because
I
at the
don't
end of
mean
the
you're gonna do
day,
it again.
how you carried it out. You're just finding, if we're just finding it out now, then you kept that secret for how long? That is that's a hit against your character because it's proven that you're not trustworthy because you held on to this information that long, carried it with you, and then you try to act like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. Yes, it is. It's
I
gonna
didn't
look
say
bad on your
It
resume.
wasn't that bad. What I'm saying is just even if she, let's say she did mess with him, that doesn't mean that she's gonna get into a relationship with someone else and then cheat on him. Maybe there was a reason why she slept with him that was deeper than maybe she actually liked him or something. That's what they say about women. When you cheat, it's because you like the person or whatever. That's the narrative.
And I think,
if we're saying
and I
that
think there's a
maybe
difference.
she's with someone now. Well, she ain't even married. She's
I think
divorced. So
I think there's a difference between somebody saying something when they're not married and somebody saying something when they're married. Because once you're married, you represent you and your husband. So whatever you go out, whatever you say, whatever you're on record saying or doing, it represents you and your spouse.
Yeah.
So when you go out and if you do tell the truth, if that was the truth, and she did, it's gonna look bad against not just you, but your husband.
Well, we know that.
So that's what I'm
even
saying.
if she
That's
did,
the
that
reason.
doesn't automatically mean that she's a cheater for life. Even
okay.
if she did do
You
that
making
for
it.
anybody.
Bottom line, she making her man look stupid. Her husband.
I don't disagree with that.
And I'm saying
if that is what she did, then yeah,
No.
just like
By
a
her
man
not,
will be making
by
a
her
woman
not
look stupid and
clarifying
think
that, by her not clarifying that after they've had an altercation, is making her man look stupid. Straight up.
she did clarify. She said she didn't do it. Oh, you talk about
She never
Remy.
addressed it. Remy, yeah, Remy never addressed it.
Wow.
Well, the Remy situation, I just feel like there's certain mannerisms you have.
The
with,
rumor is making it look stupid. She don't. If she
I'm
didn't
not
do
talking about a
it,
rumor though. I'm just talking about what I saw.
And that battle rap too.
Yeah, I'm just talking about what I saw. Now
That
the
was
the video I showed you when you know what I mean, she noticed the camera and he was like past
Right,
the personal
right.
space. If
She
you're
was like, yo, the camera.
if you're married and a man is that close to you, you're cheating, bro.
Right. And
You're
then
cheating.
and then
It wasn't
you say,
no backup,
and then you
it
say-
wasn't
That
no-
was
say,
crazy.
yo, the
I
camera.
forgot about that.
Right,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
like,
Rap.
yeah,
If
I didn't
you're
see the
broken,
other
if
because I
you're
didn't even really
married
watch that.
and a
shit.
man is
The
that
stuff
close to you,
In people relationship and stuff, I don't be getting into that. But like, yeah, I was thinking that when I seen, and then even she talked about it after, and she was like, yeah, it was talking
people
about it like
do
it's
what
just
they gotta
a
do,
regular
like,
battle.
yeah.
Like he didn't
Right,
say the whole shit
exactly.
about you and the
'Cause
other
people gonna
dude.
do what they gonna do.
Like-
Like you can't you know what I mean. But the thing is like the reason that it's such a big
And she
deal.
tried to
But hold
keep
on,
a
let me
straight
tell you
face,
why.
but-
Let me tell you why it's such a big deal. Because everybody keeps saying it. because it was Jada and Will, and now in the hip hop
Ain't no more
world,
couples.
it was them. We
Ain't no
see
more couples
seeing
goals.
all these couples breaking
Nobody
up.
wanna
So
be
that's why I asked
in
y'all
a
that. So that
relationship.
goes into the next thing. Exactly. Jeezy divorced this girl. They just been together for fucking 2 years. They got a baby, a newborn baby, and shit. Got married, all that. You know what I mean? Why aren't they together? And there's a whole bunch of speculation. But now some information came out. So now this dude is saying he knows they're mutual people, and there's things that he doesn't like.
What dude?
Some zesty guy.
Always
Some
somebody,
zesty guy.
or either
But
it's
he
someone
knows. But
be
he
saying
knows.
stuff,
He knows the
or
people.
it'd be like a source close to.
Yeah,
like who the fuck? I wouldn't even be around. This is why, because even
Because
if
it's
that
stuff
is
that
the case,
people don't. It's stuff.
people
Hold on.
be
Let me
getting
land this. Let me
paid
land this.
to tell your
Yeah.
information
Yeah.
to the public. Like that's why you gotta watch who you got around
This-
you. Because regardless of if anybody, a man or a woman, cheats or whatever, that's their personal business. You got fucked up people around you going out getting paid to spread your information to the world. Like for who is
I
these
know
people
that
that's
is
around you that's
crazy.
fucked
That
up?
is
Because
crazy.
always
But
that's always what come out when they
It's
never when they don't
entertainment at the
say
end of
who
the
it
day.
is.
That's what
Like,
it really is. Like
you can't even trust nobody.
You can't think of it any more or less because they're human. But the reason that
I'm human too, but I wouldn't.
no,
do
but
that.
the reason that is
They
such
got morals.
the reason that is such big news is because when we
Not
do
saying
talk-
that is right, but it's not
No.
my business to share with
Right,
the world
right.
for a couple dollars.
But I know people are fucked up, but the reason that this is important information to share to people is so that some people that may not know, they may be like, oh, love will never happen and all of this. We see these examples of how things fail. We have to identify why they fail. That's how we solve the problem. So we see that these things are happening and we have to figure out a way to counteract it so it doesn't happen again. That's the point of putting this information out there.
And that's
Because
why I don't look up to celebrities or public.
But no, it's not looking up.
Be like,
Right.
They can't be broke or they're perfect.
Right.
They're
It's not, nobody's perfect. It's about having a basis. It's about having a basis ideology of how to make it work. So if it keeps failing and you want it to work, these are the steps that you might have to take to make it work. It might be compromise. There might be things that you might have to do that you don't necessarily want to do to make it work. You know what I mean? If you really want to make it work, if you really care about that person and you want that person to not be upset with you or be peace when they're with you, then try to see what they want or what some of the things that they would like to have in a relationship so that you could try to make it work. A lot of people aren't even willing to compromise and try to, you know what I mean? You know what? Look, you don't like seafood, so I'll have a fish sandwich and I'll make you something else. Or we'll go out to eat at this place and I'll get this and you get whatever. You know what I mean? There's compromises to be made. Don't just be like, well, we're gonna have this tonight, because I'm not saying that people do that, but just understand, you have to be willing to compromise, especially when you want the other person to be on the same page as you. Sometimes you gotta bend a little bit.
You have to
You gotta be
compromise.
flexible.
And I also think that selection is important. A lot of people are just scooping people up, just like, oh, I'm married, I'm in a relationship. Your marriage didn't
Vetting?
You didn't, yeah, like
Right.
That's important. Like you can't just like, and I think that's what people are doing, and that's why they're walking away so easily, because there was never. Some people, they don't have nothing. They say opposites attract.
Yeah,
think
dude
about it.
walking away,
When you
that's
have nothing
crazy.
in common at all, like down to every single thing, what are you gonna talk? Then there's more reasons for you to argue. You have to have some type of common interest, some type of, like, not just, there are other, that's not the only thing that matters, but that is important aside from the other things, financials, attraction, and all that. Because if you have a connection, if you have common interests and things like that too, that will help through the tough times, because you're still gonna want to be with that person if you feel like this, as opposed to you're just like, oh, they look good but they have nothing else that you would want in a person, but they look good, or they got money but they have nothing else that you would want in a person. That's not, because if the money go away, or if they not you letting you spend it how you want, even if they got it. Sometimes it just be trying to make you go broke, and then they be like, chill out, shorty, you spending, you swiping like crazy or whatever, and then now she gonna leave you because you ain't let her, or kill your ass and try to collect insurance money or some shit, because that's what she wants you for. Right. You gotta be the selection process, and this is real shit that be happening. Fatal attraction, people do stuff like this all the time. Like, I watched that show. There are people all over Connecticut,
Things are happening
Florida,
too fast. Maybe. Do you think they rushed that marriage? Jeezy and Jenny Mai.
They were not together for that long for them to get married, in my opinion. I could see engagement. Maybe they should have had like
I don't think timeline matters. Because look at Remy Pap. Timeline don't matter. Like it's just they're like it's just some people.
But I also think you can't be the same.
Anthony Anderson.
You can't be too like Remy is masculine. Like she's a she's a
Bronx,
woman.
Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And Papoose, they said he knocked him out, so he's not no chump neither.
Yeah.
So it's like that's kind of you can't both have somebody. That's why some women overpower the man, and those relationships might work. She be talking to that nigga crazy, but they'll stay together or whatever. It might be toxic to other people, but they be staying together, or vice versa. If the woman is in her feminine and the man is masculine, and she follows his lead.
But how she gonna respect Easy the captain? Well, she don't respect him anyway. He worked for her. But then how's she gonna respect him after her man knocked him out? I think it's just a thing. I think it's just like, yo, you got your mistress.
I got my
mistress.
You heard what he said in the rap.
What? Oh, he was like, I ain't get. If I got knocked out, I still got the female. So maybe he did get knocked out.
He was like, yeah, that nigga ain't dead. And she's like, and that is crazy. She was just standing there and not.
It's a battle. Like, that's what I'm saying.
But they talk about you and that is crazy.
I know it's uncomfortable.
And then when she talks about that,
but see, that's what I'm saying. That's how
acting like it's just a regular
battle.
Right.
That's how masculine she is, right? Because you're a woman and that's how you feel, right?
And maybe he felt the way, but he ain't gonna come out and say it because he ain't gonna know that's some
Pat wasn't there.
He wasn't. I'm saying he's not gonna come out publicly and respond to that and say how he felt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's the type to be like, oh.
He might for a check later on.
In the past, what do we know from Pat?
He might for a check later on.
Yeah. But shit, in any case, always like when we talk about celebrity relationships, it's the only thing that matters. Like I'm not gonna put
shit, and then she go be like, yeah, well, you cheated on me before.
Listen to this.
They never really talk about their personal business.
When we talk about,
that's what I'm saying. Business. But now it's out.
When we talk about
personal shit,
that's what I'm. But I don't think she's gonna do that because even when she was on Love and Hip Hop, it was for the music. She wasn't. Right. She only stayed up there to promote her shit when she got out of jail.
But when
they wasn't really talk about it, really like they would show the kids stuff, but they didn't tell you they private life.
She
wasn't doing it for attention. She was trying to promote her album and she got her shit out and she left that shit.
Fame corrupts, and I just feel like the trajectory of Remy Ma right now is she's getting more and more famous. More and more famous, more and more money, more and more rumors. Look at the most famous people that y'all can think of right now, and think of what they got to deal with as far as media goes. A lot of that shit is bullshit. So we're not saying it's official, right? We just saying that.
That's what I'm saying. This happens a lot.
Exactly.
People be so it's like, how do we know if? And I'm not saying. And of course, yeah, if you cheated on your man, that's crazy. Like if
she might have an explanation though. She might be like, yo, this nigga cheated on me, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do my thing, and it ended up getting out. It's same shit with the Will Smith shit, but we don't see Pat like Will Smith though. You know what I'm saying?
If you cheat because you want to fuck the nigga, don't cheat because the dude cheated on you. That's stupid as hell. How are you fucking someone because of what somebody else did? Like that sounds crazy. Like you're getting another body because of somebody else. Like
I'll say this, just like.
It's a competition.
My closing thing will be this with this topic.
When someone does something to you, don't do something worse to hurt them back.
When we talk about celebrity shit,
it is.
Even
we talk about celebrity shit.
I'm a victim of that. Well,
because we don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about your personal business. I don't want to talk about your personal business. But I know when you do something wrong, I'm like, all right, that's crazy. But I'm not gonna tell. Hold on, I'm not gonna tell everybody about it. I'm just gonna say that it is wrong. But with these people, it's just an example of what's wrong, but it's just public. So my only thing is like we can contrast whether it's right or wrong from our perspective. Because if we wrong in some capacity, we gonna call each other on our faults. We gonna do that with each other as people. So it's no different with us doing it with each other as it is with them. The difference is their shit is public and everybody knows about it. So we can pick it apart because it's public information. Regardless of how we feel like, oh, that's their personal shit, like we shouldn't. But yeah, they're people, and these are people problems. So we're talking about how to deal with people problems as people so we can be harmonious together and be like other cultures that get along with each other. Why the fuck is our relationships ending? Why are they breaking? What's going on? And it falls down to what I always talk about all the fucking time is gender fucking roles, bro. It's always that. That's always what it is. A woman that's respectable, a dude waited for you. I don't give a fuck if he fucked another bitch or whatever. He waited for you while you was in jail and took care of your fucking kids until you got out. You don't cheat on that nigga. There's no cheating on him. Absolutely not. Because no other dude will do it. No other dude wants to do that. And you can say like, oh, there's a couple. There's like 3 niggas. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like nobody really. No, but I'm saying nobody wants to be with anybody that's gonna cheat on them. That's right. No man wants to be with a woman that's gonna hold on. No man wants to be, but no man wants to be with a woman that's gonna cheat on him in any shit. But no woman, she doesn't want to cheat her. But no, but this is what it is. That's cheating. That's cheating. But I'm saying no. I'm talking about they, you know, with her cheating later on because someone said that was like a get back because he had a baby on her or something allegedly while she was locked up or something like that. Pat. And then there's another side of it that's like, see,
well, I already said that's stupid.
There's another side of it. Yeah, that you know that back and forth shit. That's not cool. And this person held you down already. Why you gonna go back and forth with him? Yo, that's what let bygones be bygones. And now you got married after that. That should have been done. You feel me? It don't matter. Why the fuck get married?
I'm not saying she
but why get married?
To fuck
but I'm saying that's later on.
But if
now
you had a baby,
they got something that's going
about
on.
that because now I gotta see this child every day, so I probably would leave you. I'm not gonna fuck.
Then leave, don't marry. But I get that. But what I'm saying is like, if there's something going on right now that caused her to allegedly be messing with this other nigga, then that's still fucked up. Because like, yo, all this time, like, damn, grow the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like you talk about niggas, you know what I mean? We don't know. People making it what it is, but it sounds pretty fucked up. But in any case, if it is true, you know, I stand on my shit. Like that's not acceptable shit for nobody. Nobody should be doing no shit like that unless.
It's only fucked up because it's stupid, like to use your body to try to get back at somebody else.
Yeah, shout out to Joe Biden. Yo, but yo, the last topic before we end. Janet, Missy versus who wins? Why is it stupid? Why don't they deserve to fucking go against each other? Why should they go against each other? Who has the better catalog? Let's talk about it.
It's not stupid. If we're talking about just catalog, 30 songs compressed. So it's like they have more than 30 songs. So 30 of my best songs and 30 of your best songs. I think Missy Elliott has a chance to beat Janet Jackson. Me preference-wise, I just feel like I jam way more to Missy than Janet. Now, I do jam to Janet, you know what I'm saying? But it's rare though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Busta Rhymes and, you know what I mean? I like that shit. I think that's Busta's song. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, other than that, Rhythm Nation, like the older shit, you feel me? I don't
go search up either one. Like, when their music was out, because none of them, there are artists, Missy. There are artists that they're not currently making music, but I would go search their shit up and listen to it. Mm-hmm. It's not them. Like, but if a song come on, because yeah, I do like songs by all of them, Busta Rhymes, Missy Elliott, and Janet. Like I like their music, but I wouldn't just go search it up. There are artists, like I said, that are no longer making music that I will be like, oh, let me listen to this. Mm-hmm. Or maybe one, I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling, but I feel like I never just searched up. Maybe Janet. I have searched up Janet, like cause. And if they make samples of a song or whatever, sometime I'll go back and like listen to the song again. I'll be like, oh, that was my junk. Like and then after I hear the new song, then I'll go and listen to it. And then I'm mad. Speaking of that Mary J. Blige song, they messed that up. I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot the name of it. She's like in the music video. She's like by the water, and she has like, I don't know. I forgot the name of it. I could hear it in
it's
my
her
head,
song.
but somebody. Yeah, they just used the beat or something, and they did that drill music, and it sounds stupid. And let me see. I just don't like it because they didn't even kill it. Like, and they be rapping off beat. I don't know what is this new style, but they need to stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but while you looking that up, who you think wins out of Janet and Missy?
Out of how many?
Out of
how
30
many songs do I like more?
Out of 30 songs, out of 30 songs from Janet versus 30 songs from Missy.
30 songs more
30?
Janet songs.
I don't
I know,
even
that's
think
a
I
lot.
know 30 by either one.
Right.
Anytime, any place. What is that? That's the way love goes.
You like that song?
Yeah.
That's a banger.
That's the way the song with Busta Rhymes, with her and Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, that's my shit too.
I don't think that's her song though.
It don't matter.
She
It's
just
still
sings
under
it.
her
She's on it.
catalog.
She's on
Yeah,
it.
they could perform that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think it's 30. I would really have to sit and think.
A lot of her, like for me, because I'm a little older.
Oh, I like that for the Nutty Professor soundtrack.
So you like that song?
Yeah.
I ain't fucking with that.
See, I told you it's the woman.
Yeah,
it's a woman's
I
song.
like that.
What is the name of it?
It's
not a one. You like, so you don't like no songs by Beyonce? I've heard you say
no.
songs.
She
I'm
makes
not gonna blast no
gender.
songs from
She makes.
Beyonce.
But you have never
made-
sung along.
Has Beyonce ever made like gender neutral songs?
I've heard guys that are
Like I listen to R&B.
heterosexual
I listen to
sing
R&B.
along. That's what I'm
I
saying.
listen to
You
R&B.
done.
I like
there's
Billie
songs
Eilish.
The
that you like.
heart of a broken heart, this is emotion.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
but they made that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. I'm sorry, man.
And I like the Bee Gees original.
I like their version.
I like their version too. I like their version too. No,
It
no,
is gender because you could switch it because first of all of the songs are not written by a woman. Neo wrote to the left. It was a man for a man, and then he switched it around for her. To the left. You could.
I mean, you could
I can hear Neo
switch
singing
the
that shit too, man.
Yeah, I heard the.
You could switch the words if you want. You know what I mean?
No, but I'm saying it could be a situation. Some of the songs that they made could
That's
be
what I
a
was
situation.
saying.
I'm not gonna sit here and say
and
I don't
Janet
listen
don't
to
write.
I don't listen to
I don't
R&B.
think
I
Janet
listen
wrote
to
her
R&B
hits.
music, but
Because you said
I
it's
listen
a
to
girl
music.
song.
No, it's
You probably wouldn't search it up,
It's
but
a-
if it come on, there are songs that you like.
It's more like a woman. The whole feel of it is a woman song. Like it's got that woman feel. Like you can't see no guy just being all happy jumping around singing
Oh,
that
because she
song.
be dancing.
Yeah, it's
a lot of her
over the
songs
top
are
on it. Like
So what about
it's
Pharrell?
not no like just laying
What
down
about
thinking
Pharrell?
about
The best
somebody
you
type
ever
shit.
had.
What about Pharrell, yo?
What?
Because I'm happy, clap along if you.
I mean, that's a fun song for the kids and everybody
You
can.
done
You know what I
sang
mean?
that before.
It's funny, yeah. It's a good song. I like it.
Shit hard, yo.
Pharrell's dope.
Pharrell always is.
It is, but then
Shout out to
after a while, I got
NERD, yo. That's my
annoying as
group.
fuck. They killed the hell out of that damn song. It was on
Doesn't really matter what the night because really matter what the night because you're nutty bunny. That was a hit.
All for you.
Pause.
It's all for you.
Pause.
If you really need it.
Yo, who sang that?
Oh, all for you. Yeah,
Oh,
she like all
Janet?
for you. You don't like all for you.
Yeah,
You
that's
don't
the
like
one
that
that
song,
we're
right?
trying to
Oh,
figure
my
out.
God.
Oh yeah, that is like a girl song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah, it's too much.
I ain't mad
yeah,
at
that one is not. You can't really see it. You could be like,
Who
it's
sings
all
Pleasure
good.
Principle? That's
The
what's her name?
pleasure
Janet,
principle.
Janet with it though. She got some hits. Control was though too.
What's the one that she was on the chair and she?
Oh, when
that was Rhythm Nation, right?
She was like, I don't know what
Oh,
people told me. I forgot that song.
That sound like Prince.
That was lit. I don't know what people told me. What my daddy told me.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
See, I don't even.
Yo, it
She got
was
some
so
songs,
thorough.
And I don't really.
It was Control. That was Control.
Yeah.
Control. I'm on my own. Control. Like she living by herself, so she talking about being a grown woman now.
Her
She don't
earlier
gotta
music,
listen
I
to
don't
her.
really know. Only songs
She
I know
was-
was
she
songs
was
that
that- she
came
was
on the
that
radio.
ish
Like I
for
never
women,
had
like-
her whole album. It would be like songs that were hits. Like
Yeah.
all the songs
Janet
that I
had
heard.
hits, bro. She had hits.
No, that's what I'm
before
saying.
we knew about.
That's what I'm saying. Those are the only songs that I heard that would come on the radio. I never had her album. I never had Missy Elliott album either. The only
Right.
songs I knew by them were like if it was on a soundtrack, if it was a song that was popular that came on the radio or something.
So
I never
who
bought
would
either
you
one
give
of
it
their
to? You
albums.
give it to Missy,
None of them
or
are
you
my
give
top.
it to Janet?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. I can't think of 30 songs by neither one of them. Now I said Janet, Missy. She got that song. Music make you lose control. Music make you lose control.
Pass that test. She got the rain.
Quiet, hush your mouth. Silence
Get your
when I
freak on.
spit it
Get
up.
your freak
Yeah.
on.
Now go get your freak on. Now go get
Super
you.
fly.
When I can't stay in the rain. It's my
Yeah, she like it too. Alright, get out of here.
Beep beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep?
Vroom. 1 minute, man.
Yeah.
like
I was
that
trying to think of that. That was my. Cause I was thinking, I'm like, what's that song
That's
with
the
Ludacris?
song.
That is my
And that's
song.
a collab too. That's a dope
Yeah,
track.
but yeah, that was my junk. The remix. It was the remix. That.
It's ludicrous. You're a maintenance man.
There's your oil change,
as fast as you
your
can.
transmission. You won winning foods. You wonder my y'all missing on the back of milk cartons. It is no reward.
That's
no
why he be
regard.
Nelly.
Coast, but it's no
Could
cigar.
you imagine
Make a
Nelly?
soft ass,
Could you
but hard
imagine Nelly
make the
doing
sex
that
last.
verse?
I jump in pools
Not
and make
that
a big
verse,
splash.
but Nelly being in on that song instead of Luda.
And I'm
It
saying
would've been
that he
trash.
went in on that. Like that's not even, that's like a fun song. It's like a joke, kinda. It's like it could be true, but it's a joke.
But it was
Like,
nobody.
Yeah, like he went in on it. And it
I
wasn't
heard.
even no.
Yo, shout out to
like,
Luda in his mixtape days. He had some joints. Like I used to
Sticky
really
icky,
listen to his joints.
ooh, Sticky icky.
He really had some joints.
It's Saturday. I never bought his album though.
It was always an argument who was better out of Luda and
Luda.
T.I.
I Luda T.
I
I
like
give it to T.I.
T.I.
I give it to T.I. I fuck with Luda. But
You give it to T.I. off
I
of
think
what?
he's a little bit more lyrical. I don't know.
yeah,
They're
I
like,
think. Nah, I think he is more.
they're like
He
on
not.
the
I think he
same
is.
level. I think.
He
Kind of.
not.
Because I heard him.
Ludacris is definitely.
I've
more
heard
lyrical.
Luda on songs with other lyrical people and get.
But
like,
T.I. do got
kinda-
some songs where he spaz, like
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Like I've never heard a song where
But
I was
it's
like,
not
damn,
all-
Ludacris got
but
the
No,
best
I'm not
verse.
saying
But not
T.I. I'm
all
not
of
saying T.I. not
That's
thorough.
how
But
I
not
judge it.
all
I've
his-
heard.
That's how I
every
judge
I've
it.
heard
song that I
Ludacris.
heard
I've
by
heard Ludacris mixtapes and
Yeah.
Ludacris mixtapes. He because on a mixtape you just like spitting like you
Yeah.
had Funk Flex like you know
He
what I mean
could rap.
bars like
Luda
that type
could
of shit.
rap. I'm
So
not
when
saying
I
he
hear
can't
that, that's different.
I'm
What you guys
saying-
are talking about is music. You guys are talking about what you guys hear on the radio and shit.
Now I'm
If
just
you
saying.
talking about radio
any
shit, then that's
feature-
different.
Any
Lyrical,
feature from
this
Ludacris,
nigga is
you've never said, "Oh,
a
Ludacris
fucking-
No,
got
but
that
I'm
monster."
saying even on
You
his
see what I'm
commercial
saying?
records, he still spaz.
Yeah, he
Every
on
song by
some of them, but
T.I.
Ludacris
It's not-
Ludacris
wasn't all
was
that.
very commercial though at one
Yeah.
point, and that's why I guess a lot of people probably didn't really take to him. But you gotta hear those mixtapes
Like, oh, in the
because I
beginning,
like bars.
when
I'm
he
all
first
about but
came
bars
out,
win every time. For me.
Cadillac.
Bars
I like
over
that,
bullshit.
that song. Check out my Cadillac.
Kill that shit.
I don't remember, but I like that song. Ludacris.
Yeah,
He
I
had
like
better
Wish
verses.
Your
Snap,
Fantasy.
commercially, T.I. snap better commercially, but on the mixtape world, you gotta hear it to know what I'm talking about.
I think 2 Chainz better than both of them.
Wow.
No.
Wow.
2 Chainz.
Maybe you joking,
City boy, man.
but I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't take you serious. I don't know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying,
I
nigga?
don't co-sign that shit.
I don't.
My whip color up mayonnaise, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
This nigga
2
Ludacris.
Chainz got some good
Ludacris,
songs,
Drink a high at the same
Yeah,
time.
cause songs is what everybody be talking
I'm
about.
talking about.
As a
I'm
artist,
talking about.
like
I'm
if
talking
we
about
all, if we
2
all
Chainz
sitting here at
has
this table
better
and we all
punchlines
have verses
than
going around the
T.I.
table, who's gonna
and
snap the
Luda.
best? That's how I
2
judge it.
Chainz has
Wow.
better punchlines
Wow.
than 2 Chainz.
Wow.
2 Chainz has better
You really gonna say it
punchlines
like
than
that?
T.I. and
Wow.
Luda.
I like 2
Facts.
Chainz, but I disagree with that.
Well, all I want
Yeah, I
for
like
my
2
birthday is
I
a
like
big
2
booty
Chainz.
hoe.
I like commercial
I
music.
like his
I
songs.
I like
That
commercial
was my
music.
shit.
Not the
Mercy,
song,
But some
Ligo,
niggas-
the
and-
bars.
Some niggas that some
The
niggas that is like
That
in the
whole
industry.
song,
bars.
Mercy, was
Mercy a lot.
that
Do
whole
we have to
song.
play
They
it?
all spaz.
They
on
all
that.
spaz
But
on it.
like every verse, like they really did.
Even
but
on birthday, all I want for my birthday.
I like him.
Even
but I
on the
don't
song
agree
with
what you said.
Nikki.
All
What I'm
those
saying
songs
is,
got
hold on,
features it that
Smiley.
make the song
That's
good.
what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is,
Didn't
he
have
don't
the
get
best
killed
verse.
on his features.
He was like the worst verse
He don't-
on that song.
Which one?
On Mercy.
You're lying. You fucking lying. Fuck out of
He
here.
was, because
Big
look
Sean
at
had
who else-
Big Sean had a better verse than
Look
fucking
at
2
all the
Chainz.
people that was
Big
up there.
Sean had a better
It
verse
was
than 2
Kanye
Chainz.
West. He do not
Big
rap better than Kanye West.
No.
Who else?
His verse
Kendrick-
was better than Kanye West. What did Kanye
Kendrick
say? What did Kanye say?
Kendrick, he's not better than Kendrick.
What did he say
It
on
don't matter.
Mercy?
Every song, like you
What did
can't-
Kanye say on Mercy that you
I
remember?
we could
I
play
remember
it.
the what
Crazy.
coming.
I ain't even gotta say nothing. It's a whole
Yeah.
it's a whole
Yeah.
girl. It's a whole girl with this debate. I ain't even gotta say shit.
I'm
But,
fucking high
I'm
at
not
the same
listening.
time. I remember that shit.
Why are
yo.
you saying that? Like,
Because
are you serious? That's how you feel, bro?
I'm
That's how you
dead
feel?
ass, bro. 2
Alright,
Chainz.
that's how you feel.
Y'all
He's
niggas
trolling
don't.
you
Y'all
guys.
got no love.
My nigga trolling
for
right
2
now,
Chainz,
cuz.
yeah.
My nigga trolling
Why y'all
hard,
niggas
bro.
don't got no? Yo, I'm
Yo,
dead
I apologize
serious,
on
bro.
my boy behalf, the J.
Oh, y'all
Strong,
niggas
cuz.
don't give it.
I apologize. We gonna have to
Watch when
edit
2
that.
Chainz
I
come
hope
on
they
this
don't
shit.
turn it off because we
2
listen.
Chainz got second best verse. I'll say Pusha got the best
Oh,
verse.
Pusha T,
Pusha
not,
T, oh my
no,
God.
yeah.
And-
Everybody
and
on
Pusha
that
got the
song
best verse.
is
This nigga
better
don't like
than
New
him.
York
Sorry.
niggas, yo. He don't like niggas from the East Coast.
I
He
know,
from the
so
East
you
Coast,
said
my
Dave
nigga. This
East was bad.
nigga
Come
is
on,
this nigga is
Dave
a
East.
troll on the
No,
low.
he's
Pusha
not.
is way better than
Yeah,
Dave East.
okay, I think Pusha do rap better than Dave East.
Way
But
better.
Dave
Like,
East is still a good rapper. He's not trash.
Right.
oh, whatever.
Yeah, but he be yelling, but he do be spazzing. What the fuck?
They said copyright infringement.
It muted me though?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How it mute me? I'm not
They say
even.
it's still live, you know.
It's
that.
a new 20,
Oh, no,
Yeah,
man.
it's
heard.
on YouTube.
Smoke weed every day.
We out of here.
Listen.
Be on the move like I need a new hobby. Fuck a 9